Hey guys, Thetcglover here, come on in a video today. Right, so in continuation with the Elemental Dragon video that I made, even though they're called Dragon Rulers and I keep forgetting what they're called. Dragon Rulers and their what they should hit in the ban list, basically, to neuter them in a way so that we don't have to worry about them anymore and they become a tier 3 deck or tier 2 or whatever. Right, so today's going to be about Prophecy. Dragon Rulers and Prophecy are the two main tier 1 decks, so there is no need to do a what should they hit in Evil Swarm thing, because the deck isn't really going to get hit because it's only good because of the format. So Prophecy is the other deck, and it's just as good as Dragon Rulers, really. Both decks are very, very powerful against rogue decks because they're so powerful in what they do. They do everything that rogue decks do, but faster, better, and more versatile in what they can do. This video, the cards that you can hit in Prophecy are a lot more straightforward than Dragons. Okay, a lot of people get the mistake that hitting cards in Dragons, you know, some people say hit the big dragons because then, you know, it hits everything. It's like, no, just hit Rejuvenation, it's simple. And that's the thing, if you hit the engine rather than hit the main power cards, then you'll always get like a much better result and the deck will always be hurt a lot more. That's why, as I said in the other video, in Light Sworn they opted to hit cards like Lumina and Charge and Solar Recharge, or didn't hit Solar Recharge, but they could have, and it would have hurt the deck rather than just limiting Judgment Dragon and so on like that. Prophecy is pretty straightforward in what you can hit, but at the same time you can also choose between about 4 different cards: Spellbook of Judgment, Spellbook of Fate, Spellbook of Secrets, and Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. The last two cards, Prophecy, Magician, and Secrets, they're very similar in what they do, but if you were to hit one of them, the other one would not be, if you hit the other one the same way, it wouldn't have the same effect. Secrets is better than Spellbook Magician, because Spellbook of Secrets gets the Magician, and that is how you do it. I mean, if you have to go like hope to God that you draw into a Magician, I mean, Spellbook of Secrets can't get Veiled, you have to negate it with a Solemn Judgment or a Dark Bribe or some crap like that, and that's the thing, it just goes off a lot more, and it also adds to a counter for Spellbook of Judgment. So hitting Spellbook of Secrets to 1 would actually hurt the deck a lot. It will take away a lot of the consistency because Spellbook of Judgment doesn't really get the many counters that it could, because you have to search for Spellbook of Secrets, and as long as you Veiler the Magician, or you skill drain the Magician, or you breakthrough skill the Magician, then Secrets is in your deck and you can't get it, and you basically have to end your turn right there, and there's nothing you can do. There's no Spellbooks in your grave, there's nothing. So doing it that way hurts the deck a lot, and I think it neuters it much worse than it should be. The deck before Lord of Tachyon Galaxy was completely fine, and hitting Secrets or putting it to 1 or banning it or something like that, I think it does a little bit too much damage. It's not really fair on the deck, even though the deck is derpy as hell and everyone hates it. Now, Spellbook Magician, you could hit that as well, but it won't really have the same effect because Secrets, as I said, is the more annoying card. Now, we can move away from those two and move to Spellbook of Fate, which is the offensive card which the deck uses to either flip Magician down so that you can get another search, or you banish your opponent's cards. Spellbook of Fate, a lot of people have said that this card should be hit because it's so powerful, but as I said, if you hit the engine, the power cards become a lot less effective, and there is no need to hit power cards if there's no consistent way to summon them or to use them. So hitting Fate is okay, but the deck just becomes a searchy thing, and the thing is that Fate isn't even that necessary if you use a build that doesn't use Jargon. If you use like Free Priestess, you use Justice, you use all these Spellcaster cards, and then you can summon all these different cards, it becomes a lot more versatile in the format. Obviously, the build that they use now in Prophecy is very, very catered towards dragons. So if you change the build so that it becomes more good against Fire Fist, for example, then they probably won't even use Jargon because, like, it's not even that effective against Fire Fist, because Fire Fist has so many good normal summons and stuff like that. That's why hitting Fate is okay, it's just not really going to work, because all the searching that they can do is still really going to be quite powerful. The fact that they can always have 3 Spellbooks in hand for Priestess, or they can always search life so they can get the Priestess back, so they can basically spam the shit out of Priestess, and Fate is non-existent, it doesn't matter. So Fate is only annoying because they lock you down with Jargon, you try to summon something to get over it, and then Fate comes in the way and says, nope, you can't do that. So you're basically reduced to summoning 1 monster a turn, trying to attack over Jargon, and then they Fate you. That's the whole thing, that's the whole reason why people hate Spellbooks right now. I can understand hitting Fate, but it isn't going to solve the problem. Right, so that leaves us the last card, and it's an obvious hit. I mean, what other card would you possibly want to hit? I mean, I've obviously presented arguments for why you should hit other cards, but at the same time, Spellbook of Judgment is by far the most broken card in the game, okay? There are cards like the Dragon Rulers and Dracosac and Big Eye and go, oh, they're so busted. But realistically, rank 7s, for example, are only as broken as the cards needed to summon it. I mean, if you use 2 boss monsters to summon a Dracosac, then it's completely fine. You just summoned a really good monster and it took you cards to do it. But the way that it is now makes it broken. But if you hit the card, the consistency, then the power cards become pretty much don't become powerful anymore, because then when you make them, it's like, you know, it took you all that effort to do it. So hitting Judgment is the best way to hit the deck, because before Lord Attacker and Galaxy, Spellbook of Judgment was non-existent because it came out in that set, and also the deck itself was like tier 2. It was really decent, you know, it just, you had secrets, you had Magician, and you had Fate. You could run Fate of 1 or 2, and you could get Fate off now and again. It just isn't as consistent. Judgment is the reason why the whole deck is retarded, because you can misplay over and over again. You can play Starhole, you can miss timing with Tower, you can fuck up so much, and you can still win because you can just search like 6 cards that you can search your hand in the end phase, and then you can special summon a monster. Judgment does way too much for one card, and the thing is that even if you limit the card, it doesn't really solve the problem, because the card is really searchable by Eternity, Secrets, Magician, so many other cards. You can even search it with its own Judgment. That's the thing. You just have to look at the cards and realize that there is no other really option to hit it. I mean, before Judgment came out, it was fine, and then they really went overboard and they completely fucked up the whole deck. So now even people who love the deck hate it because the card is so powerful that it gives them such an unfair advantage, and the card should have never been made. I mean, you could give that sort of card to a deck like Watts, or you could give it to a deck like Toons or Black Wings or something like that, where they don't even get the chance to really gain many spells or whatever, and then the deck becomes like decent, you know? It's like, it's a kind of like nice little boost for the deck because the deck is in dire need of a support. But Prophecy, they were really good before the card came out. They were really decent. They had Priestess, they had all these really good spamming cards that, you know, really annoying cards, like, you know, they've got more support. They've got like Spellbook of the Master and everything like that, which makes the deck more and more consistent, and they had Spellbook of Power to search so many cards, and they just thought, oh, why not just break it to hell? It's just annoying how they would do that. So if you guys feel like Spellbook of Judgment shouldn't be hit and that you could hit another card, then definitely do comment down below and tell me what card you feel is the worst card. I love to hear your voices. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and you'll hear another video from me in a few days. So until next time guys, the Thetcglover is out.